everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome to a 3-for-1 today. We're doing everyday inspiration using my For the Love of Homemade kits. And I'm also joining Sara Scraps and her Shimelle Sketches Reimagined. So you can see off to the right hand side the inspiration piece from Crystal for this month for everyday inspiration. It is called the Miracle Staircase. It is in Santa Fe, and I cannot remember where it came from, but I'm sure if you check out Crystal's layout, she'll have more information about where the inspiration came from. But I loved it. And so what I'm going to do is, using my For the Love of Homemade kits from January, I'm going to take some of that pattern paper from my floral. Now this was one of my main inspiration pieces here, and I'm going to just twist them on this straw to make it kind of look like the staircase. So that is how I am using the inspiration for this, and I had a lot of fun. So it is, you will see as it gets added, it does add some texture to it, so when it goes into my album I'm sure it's going to get smushed, but that's okay. I just had fun playing, and that's all that matters. And then for the sketch that I'm using, now this is a Shimelle sketch. Now this series is done by Sara Scraps. She's been doing it for a few months now, and basically she's taking all of Shimelle's sketches, and they're a little bit older because these are things she used to start with before she had her own collections and all of that. And we're kind of maybe updating them and just creating them in maybe a new light that maybe you haven't seen before. So this is the sketch for this week. I loved it. I love all the different patterns and strips of paper. And so I don't add quite as many strips as you see there, but I definitely take the idea that she gave us within the sketch and use that to help me create my layout. I'm also being super careful about what I'm going to use within my kit to keep enough left over to do at least one more project, because there's a couple more Mondays in this month, and I of course didn't create a very large kit because that is too much for me. I like to have a little bit of a smaller one. So I am consciously trying to decide how to go about all of this. But in the end, I'm really happy with the way it turns out. You are, however, going to see that this layout is very much a process of trying to find the right background. So I'm starting with my pre-made background that was again in my kit. It was something we had to add, was a piece of mixed media that we had tried to use but never actually used. The one I chose for what I'm doing is not going to work, but I'm trying. So you're going to see me start with that. Now I'm taking my pattern papers. Now this one from the Dear Lizzie, it has the foxes on the side you see now, and the back of it is the blue. I use up the entire bit of that, so I don't have any more of that pattern paper left after this layout, and I'm okay with that. You'll see why in a minute. I had so much fun playing with it anyways, so I really don't care. But I don't have photos to go with this yet. I don't have anything. I'm just trying to play, make it look like the sketch the best I can, still using the inspiration piece for everyday inspiration. So really just kind of playing. Now, while you kind of watch me go through this a little bit, for everyday inspiration, please make sure you go check out Daisy, Crystal, Dolly, Jen. And I don't think that Lisa is participating this month. I know she's had some health issues, so I'm thinking she might have bowed out this month. So don't be surprised if there's not one from her, but she'll join in as soon as she's feeling better and can do so. And then not only that, but we have a special guest coming and helping us this month. So Moira was talking with Crystal about this particular inspiration piece, and was actually the reason why we chose this one, or why Crystal chose it, was because she was telling her how awesome of an inspiration piece it actually was. So yes, Moira is joining us this month, and I cannot wait to see how she used this to create her layout. So there will be an extra link for her as well, and I hope you go check out her take for this month's Everyday Inspiration. And then, of course, head on over to Sara for how she's using her sketch for today. And then, of course, using my For the Love of Homemade kits. There's a ton of us now within this little group. I'm not going to name us all off because I'm afraid I'm going to miss somebody. But what we have done is created a playlist, and we all try to link everything in there. So I will leave the link for the playlist down below so that you can click over there and see everyone. Most people posted their layouts using their kit on Monday. Mondays are a bad day for me to be able to post, so chances are you're not going to see a layout from me on Monday unless I can get really ahead of myself this weekend. we shall see. We're in the middle of a crazy snowstorm, windstorm, craziness happening, which is very rare for us here in the Lower Mainland. We get snow about once a year and we don't know how to deal with it. So we're in the midst of that. It's a snow day. My entire family is home. It's weird that we're all home in the middle of the week. So we are adjusting, having a great day, but adjusting. So yes, there will be a link for that as well. So lots to check out today. I am using my kit with my words to create my title. So I'm going to use this wake up, also the word play. And then I just add an ampersand from my gray alphas that I had in my kit. And I love it because that's what these photos are. They're just of me with my two littlest ones having a great time, messing around and just kind of joking around. They were happy. And I think this was during the summer. Jackson was off at school or doing something, playing with some friends, and we were just having a great time. So this is just a fun and playful layout to begin with. Okay, so now let's talk about... Okay, let's talk about my first background here. So you can see that I used the stencil and sprayed some star mist with the blue. I added the blue because there's the dark navy within that first piece of pattern paper. I like this. I did my fold over, I did my cut in, added the pattern paper with the same patterns that you saw that I used for my layers that helped kind of mimic the sketch. My problem is that it wasn't coming together for me. And so I struggled. I tried to add this cut file that has the clouds and it was too basic. So I went ahead and I sprayed it with a pink, thinking that that would help offset it. And because I'm in it and Nora's in it, the pink I felt was playful and it kind of was allowed and it would work really well, except I like the idea of it, and I love that I sprayed this pink. I'm definitely going to reuse it. That's not a big deal, but it just didn't work on top of the blue. So I'm like, okay, that's not going to happen. So then I took away that one, laid out the other side that I hadn't sprayed, thinking maybe that would help. Nope, I don't like that either. So I'm now going to take away the cut file I had used, bring in a star that I have had for a long time. I used it for a layout, I think last year or the year before. I think maybe the year before actually. And it's this really cool star that I liked because I freehand stars when I cut them. So I thought I would just paint this with the same blue so it had the same effect. Now I do not hate this, and I'm using air quotes here. The thing is again, between the layers that I did with my pattern paper and the background that I did with my fold at my corner and my cut in and just the stencil itself, it's just not tying together. It doesn't feel like it's working. So my final idea, and this is what I go with and I'm very happy with, is I use this piece of pattern paper. I took it out of my stash. It was not part of my original kit, but it ties in perfectly. It is from Kaiser Craft, and I love the little strip of pink at the bottom, so I'm gonna leave that as well. You'll see in my final photo I flip it so it's on the left hand side as another layer there. And that is going to be it. I lay down my little spirals that I created so that you can see those there. And I love it. I haven't added any journaling yet, but that's okay. I will get there. I'm just so happy to have this done. And I will save that background that I had created for a layout hopefully next Monday for my love of homemade kits. So everything works out for a reason, and I'm excited to work with that and see what I can create with that now. So thank you everyone so much for watching and getting through this one with me. I hope you'll head on over to all the places I had talked about. I'll leave links below. There's a look at my finished layout, and I'll see you all really soon. Bye.